to make our next presentation is Bay Area actress, comedian, storyteller, and sister, Mary Jo.
What is an award for my sister who has gone on in the flesh but not in the spirit? I thought about it, and her mother in Texas said, I would like you to do her bio, but I thought what would be more appropriate was to do a piece that speaks of the spirit of Jackie Marshall, my sister. An award. So what I did was look up in the thesaurus. I looked up the word magnanimous. And I wanted to get all those definitions and synonyms and antonyms. It said noble. Sometimes she was. She was a human with clay feet like we all are. High-minded. Oh, but she was high-minded. Any of the musicians that ever worked with her knew that she could pitch a you-know-what if they did not want to rehearse. Loftiness, bright-heartedness, bigness, charity, liberty, liberating, liberality, selflessness, generosity. Yes, and then I looked up supportive, because that's what Sisters to Sisters is about, is supporting one another. Came up with these: sustaining, stabilizing, curative. Do you know what curative means? A healing of our souls and our spaces and our spirit. Invigorating, bolstering, bolster one another. That's what this is about. That's what Jackie was about, as I knew her. Strengthening, supporting, salutary, restorative. Like where gentle waters flow. When I first met Jackie, we were actresses at the American Conservatory of Theater. And one of the things that I noticed about her was a soft way, a very soft way. She didn't know she could sing at that time, and she was a sister to my young daughter who was 13, who is now an old woman. Well, I'm old, so she must be old. And she was so supportive, and they would sing around the house, and I said, girl, you got one more tool to audition with. You just better start singing. I'm not a singer. So she started inching out, singing. And one thing that I noticed about her also was that she shared, because she got a notice of an audition. I didn't. She told me about this Broadway audition. I got cast. She didn't, but she didn't begrudge it. And I spoke to her about that time. I said, I really appreciate you sharing. They don't do that in LA. They don't do that in New York. It's like dog eat dog. I get mine and you may try to get yours. Jackie shared, and she expected people to share with her. Sometimes they did not. She was one of the singers that helped other singers go over to Japan and get a job. And that was really important, because sometimes it gets slim, you can't find work here. Another thing I wanted to point out, and I had to write these things down, she gave a hand to others, but sometimes she would say, you know, if I can go support other people, they can support me, but they don't come check out my show on their days off. I'm tired of this. And I want to support people, but they got to scratch my back too. That hurts my feelings, and I know just how she feels. Not only singers, she would scratch her friends' endeavors, whatever they were, her families and her friends, and she would support me through everything I went through, and support to go to track meets with my granddaughter. Anything that she could sit in, she would do that. And that's what I want the sisters to remember, to support each other. One thing I don't remember Jackie doing, now she might have, see, I didn't get up on that stage with her, right? Unless we're in a show. I don't remember her trying to emulate anyone. I don't remember her copying anyone. I remember her singing the way she sang for herself and for her audience. And I don't remember, she might have, y'all might know another side of her. I don't remember her standing in judgment of y'all style. You see, she was magnanimous. And you must always remember that. You must always remember to support each other. That's all you got. Thank you. Another thing I would like to say is when someone does you a favor and they reach out that hand, you reach out your hand in the back. You bring someone on back up with you. If they need a favor, give it back to them. Do you understand? If they need a favor, you won't have time for them tippy-time games. The last thing I want to say is, don't forget your community. Do some free gigs. Hello? Don't forget that you have to do some of those free gigs. Not all of them, because you got to pay your house note or your bills or your shoes, just like I do, okay? But you have to give back. Just do it judiciously. I'll leave you with this story. There was a farmer, it's called the Eagle Story, based on a West African folktale. There was a farmer, and he made his living by raising white leghorn chickens. And there was a famine and a drought, and people were getting real tight with their money. It was a hard time, like a depression. They weren't buying chickens or buying eggs. But his best friend said, I got an idea. I got a good idea. I was up in the hills the other day at the top of the mountain. I spied a big eagle. Gone up there, take a cage, catch that eagle, bring it back down here. Tell everybody that's a big chicken, they'll buy it. Make you a lot of money. People come from miles around. Well, the farmer did that, took the great big cage up at the top of the mountain and tried to catch that eagle that was on the nest. But the eagle refused to be caught. The eagle scratched, clawed, refused to be caught. The farmer went back down, told his friend, I didn't catch a thing. He said, well, I got another idea. Well, now the farmer should have left at that point, but he didn't. I got another good idea. This is a real good one. Go on up there, take that cage, put you a blanket in it, and then go on up there and catch you them eggs. Get them eggs. Wait till she's gone, of course. And then get them eggs, put them in there, and bring them back on down. Put them up under your white leghorn chickens when they hatch. They won't know what they is. Well, the farmer did just that. Waited till the eagle was gone, got the eggs, brought them back down, put them up under the white leghorn chickens. And in due times, they hatched. 2 of them. One jumped out, tough. Probably would have called him Turk or something like that. The other one came out trembling, didn't know who he was, scared of his shadow. And the chickens in the barnyard said, girl, what's wrong with them chickens? Them babies is ugly. They got gray hair and everything. Honey, something wrong with them. Where you been sleeping? Well, she didn't know herself. She said, but I hatched them. They must be mine. So her girlfriend said, honey, go down to the store and get you some lightning stuff. I seen it in the store myself, girl, my own eye. They got some lightning stuff. I want you to put it up on them feathers, honey, light them up. And then you look just like you. And now what's wrong with them babies' hair? Because an eagle has a tuft of hair that sits up. So her girlfriend said, honey, you better do something about that hair. So she said, I was down in the store and I seen one of them do-rags or something. You put that do-rag up on them, baby, and put that grease on them, honey, and they'll look just like you. So that's what the chicken mama did. She went on down, got some grease, some porcelain probably, or natanola, and put it on the babies, and they look kind of messy, all slicked up like that. And then she got a do-rag, and they looked like a fool, except for Turk, because he walked around the barnyard tough. And then they scratched like a chicken, they flapped their wings like a chicken, and cackled. That scary one was running from his shadow. But one day there was a great big eagle up on a limb, and he looked down and saw those turkeys. He looked closer. He saw those eagles were acting like chickens. Those were eagles. And he called down and he said, yo, young blood, what are you running around like a chicken for? He said, I'm a chicken. He said, no, fly up. He said, no, I can't fly. You see, we are chickens. He said, you are an eagle. An eagle? What's an eagle? Look, fly up here. I want to tell you about your history. And that's what the little eagle did. He flapped his wings. He flapped and flapped. He said, oh, this is pretty good. Well, yes. And he did fly. He flew up on that branch. And the old eagle said, you come from a family of royalty. Did you know you have royalty in your blood? You don't have to copy nobody else. Do you know you can be yourself? You are of royal blood. Your mother and father were kings and queens of these skies. They flew the longest and the highest of any bird in these areas. Now you are their blood. And the little one said, well, I didn't know that. He said, no, what's wrong with your feathers? And what's that thing on your head? He said, well, my mama. And he said, shut up, I don't want to hear it. He said, I want to take you for a flight. Little one said, a flight? Oh no, this is high enough. He said, no, I want to tell you about your history. Come on, I want to tell you who you are so you'll never copy nobody else. You'll be yourself. Come on, buddy. Flap those wings. He said, well, let me get my brother. He said, I seen by the way he was skullduggery around. He will never get the revolution. So they flew off. He said, flap your wings. And they flapped and flapped and flapped and flapped. Pretty soon they came to a high mountain. And the little one said, I'm going to crash. And the eagle said, fly on. Fly up over that mountain. That's the mountain of injustice. Just come on, fly, boy. Fly, flap those wings. You see, the eagle was supporting, giving him a wing, a hand. And so the little one flew over that mountain, and they kept on flying. A low desert. He said, oh, it's hot. Oh, ow, oh, it's hot. Oh, I'm gonna die. The big eagle said, boy, shut up. Don't snap my last nerve. That's just a desert of oppression, a desert of mediocrity, a desert of just, I'll do it tomorrow, a desert of, oh, I can't do it now. It's too hard. Now just flap those wings and you're going to fly over it. You're going to fly over that desert of mediocrity. And the little eagle did. And pretty soon they came to a great big old valley. And it truly was the valley of oppression, sisters, of oppression. People that don't want you to get ahead. People that want to discriminate on you because of your color or your size. Okay, or whatever. He said, oh, the valley's too deep. The big one said, come on, shut your mouth, come on, flap, little one, flap those wings. You'll never be nothing if you don't flap hard. Come on here, come on. Do you want to keep on being a chicken, copying those chickens? No. He said, well, flap. That's just that valley of oppression where people want to put their heads down on the ground and put yours under theirs. Now keep flapping. And the little one flap. He said, yes, you are the offspring of royalty. All you have to do is just flap and believe. Now fly on, fly. And that's what the little one did. Sisters, I say to you, lynx, fly on, sing on, sing on, sing on. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, Mary Jo.
One more time, everybody, Miss Mary Jo.